There are multiple untradeable items in Sonic Speed Simulator. From skins to Chow, there's at least one thing untradeable of every category. Today I'll be showing you 13 untradeable Sonic Speed Simulator items. We'll go from skins to Chow and then to trails. Please be sure to like and subscribe because I upload almost every single day. Anyways, let's get right into the video. Alright, so first we'll be doing the skins. So if you didn't know, every super skin such as Super Sonic, Neo Metal Sonic, and ESP Silver are trade blocked for whatever reason. I think it's because these skins are really overpowered because they can fly and literally go faster than the other characters can. And I'll show you what these three characters look like in game. There's also a normal character that is trade locked, and that character is the new Rider's Amy. So if you didn't know, this skin is trade locked for some reason as well. There's no reason why, or at least it hasn't been said, but it is trade locked. The OG Rider's Amy is still tradable, so you can trade for this one, but this one you cannot. Luckily there is an event in Metal City, so yeah. Alright, so now we're actually going to move on to the fast friends. There are currently two untradeable fast friends. The first one is the Chocola Chow, and the second one is Cheese the Chow. Now, these skins are really untradeable because these are actually like their own character pretty much. So it would be weird to have like multiple of them. If you missed out on Chocola, you can actually find an event at the spawn area. You can actually unlock the Chocola Chow in this event. So if you missed out on it, don't worry, you can just complete these tasks. And this event should be here forever, so yeah. However, if you missed out on Cheese, it is very unlikely that you will ever get this fast friend. And that is because this was already in an event, and if they did an event where they reran this fast friend, then the people who previously had Cheese would get a second one. And like I said, there's not gonna be really multiples of these fast friends because they're like one of a kind pretty much. Anyways, here are what they both look like. Now we're going to go over the Untradeable Chow. Now the first one I unfortunately do not have because in the OG Sonic Speed Simulator, I believe in the first week that the game went free, you could obtain the Mega Chow. The Mega Chow is one of the rarest Chow in the game because you could buy it with 1 million rings, and back in OG Sonic Speed Simulator that was a lot of rings, so it was very hard to grab 1 million rings. It took a few hours to get 1 million rings, which is kind of funny, and I unfortunately was not able to grab 1 million rings. But for the next Podium Chow, because like every week there would be a new Podium Chow, I grabbed all of them, and they brought all those ones back, so that's good. I wasted my time, and I'm pretty dang mad about that because the Dark Aquatic Chow was one of them, and they just bring it back for 10,000 rings, which is super easy to get when you start this game now, and they just put it in this machine. So super dumb in my opinion, and honestly it should have been like somewhat exclusive, but I've kind of let that go by now. Anyway, I own all the other untradeable Chow. So the first one is the U-Pet, and it actually gives the speed stat, so it's very helpful. I actually use it a lot, so it makes you go a lot faster. The next one is the Cardboard Cutout Chow, another April Fool's item if you didn't know, and you could actually collect 25 of these and you would be able to get 5 fused ones. As you can see, I have all 5 fused, so that's pretty cool. The next one is Sonic. It's literally just called Sonic, not a pet or anything, which is kind of funny. You can actually see that I own 2 of them, so you could get the first one in the first April Fool's event, and you could get a second one in this April Fool's event. So if you have 2 of them, that's really cool. Luckily I do have 2, so yeah. The next one is also extremely rare, the Froggy friend. So if you haven't ever seen this, it was in the OG Sonic Speed Simulator, and you could actually get it through Big's event, because Big actually had his own event and you could unlock Froggy, and this is also untradeable. So yeah, I also have it at level 4 for some reason, so that's kind of funny. And here is what all of them look like in game. Alright, so those were the fast trends and the Chow, and now we're gonna move on to the trails, because yes, there are 2 untradeable trails. So the first one is the Sonic Trail. This one was in this year's April Fool's event, and it also gives you the speed stat, a magnet stat, and the air bubble stat. I use this one a lot because it lets you run a lot faster, and I personally like running around really fast because it feels like the OG Sonic Speed Simulator. So yeah, that's why I use it. And the next one is one of the rarest trails in this entire game, the Sonic Speed Trail. So you may be wondering how I had this fused if it's untradeable. Well, back in OG Sonic Speed Simulator, you could get this trail through a Emerald Hill machine. So there was actually machines like all around zone, and in a machine there's actually the Sonic Speed Trail. So I actually got 5 of these and then fused it, and then all of a sudden here we are in 2024 and it's untradeable and one of the rarest things in the game. Here's what both of the trails look like in game. So here's the Sonic Trail. It looks pretty cool. There's just a bunch of Sonics floating around, and like I said, you can run a lot faster, which makes this game a little bit more fun for me. And the Sonic Speed Trail looks really cool. It's the Sonic head logo if you didn't know. And I'm wondering if this will ever be a really big flex to have like in 2 years from now, because then that would mean that you would have to play 4 years ago to have this trail, so that'd be pretty crazy. Anyways, those were 13 untradeable items in Sonic Speed Simulator. If you enjoyed, please be sure to like and subscribe, as I do really appreciate it, and we are so close to 11,000 subscribers. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.